So they send Aspas to lurk B. So this kind of like gives away what their intention is, right? They want to show a ton of pressure towards A, take all this space, and then react back towards B. Look, the bomb is already moving back towards B, right? This is premeditated, guys. This is methodical, right? Push them off A main, deny this information. Open the door, deny this information. Smoke this, deny this information. If you're NRG, right? It's like, did they leave? Or are they staggering their hit, right? You don't know. So you have to do something aggressive. While that's happening, everybody's coming back to B. Aspas is walking up. He's about to see this trip, right? He shouldn't break it until these guys are closer. Look, energy is still 4A, right? They just cleared sands. They just got this info, but it's already too late. Look, this rotate's gonna take forever. The hit's already about to happen, guys.
Young Wild Fuego. Yeah.
Let's get into the VOD review. I haven't seen this game yet. I do an intro. I hate intros, man. Fuck it. No intro. I can never do an intro. That's what I'm saying. Fuck that shit. Fucking intro. We're just hopping right in. I don't even know what map this is. Fracture? Okay. Alright. We'll talk about comps. Okay. Fracture, NRG versus Loud. I heard this was a banger series. Let's see if we have anything interesting happening. Let's talk about the comps real quick. All right, NRG starting defense. Breach, KO, Cypher, Brim, Jet. Nothing crazy on this NRG comp. A lot of people are going to run Killjoy, but the Cypher is pretty interchangeable. Jet over Neon, Jet over Raze. I mean, which means you're gonna have to be buying an op. Maybe they have some interesting like dash pathing for some of the execs. Updraft dash into tower is a little easier than Raze double satchel up there, right? You combo it with the breach stun, take tower really quick on T side. But Jet obviously very versatile. Nothing crazy on the NRG comp. They are missing like a little bit of CC, a little bit of like stopping power. No Neon stun, no Raze nade, but it just kind of makes me think they're just going to be playing less trap setups and just more kind of free flowy. All right, now Loud comp. Jet, Breach, Raze, Killjoy, Brim. Okay, a little interesting with the double duelist. They are missing like the second initiator that you usually see on this map, which just tends to be like the KO. Losing the knife, kind of a big deal. The knife is really good on Fracture in my opinion. The KO ult, obviously like probably one of the best ults in the game. But the double duelist means that they are going to be very explosive on their T side, and the Raze being there definitely gives them a fair amount of stopping power on the CT. And she kind of has like the pseudo info with the boombot. So double duelist, we'll see how it works out. All right, what's the setup? It looks like, okay, from Loud side or one arcade, one B main, right? Just a B split. NRG side, 3-man arcade hold, right? We have an early flash probably about to happen. It looks like they're just gonna duel off the flash. Maybe they stim, run it down. This could be a crunch, right? Given the fact that we see the breach and the Cypher towards Dish. With the cam early, the Dish side is going to take a long time to come in, so let's see how it plays out. Okay, so obviously this gets owned, right? And it seems like NRG looks like they wanted to give the Dish players a chance to get a little bit closer before they ran up. They're kind of gambling that Loud is not going to be going for a fast hit, right? Because if you think about the ways this will play out a lot, if Loud tries to do anything slow, right, then these guys get better coordination, right? If it's just a lurk on the bridge side, then they're going to be able to collapse on him pretty well. Basically anything besides these guys going full speed into them, they would have been okay. But like they don't even get real fights because of what they were kind of gambling wasn't going to happen and the fact that it did happen. Yeah, Victor, I mean, he does what he can. Yeah, I mean, they just get decimated. Let's watch it again, right? Like, Victor's holding this flash, and, like, they don't even get to that point, right? And they have to know this timing is, like, possible going fast, right? They're, like, shift walking up. They're not trying to go fast here. So, it really was just a gamble that just, like, did not work out in their favor. Check out the second round. Alright, Loud, what's the anti-eco? Everybody spawn side. Taking a little B main control. We're conceding bridge side. NRG, again, bridge crunch, full speed this time. They get all the info. I'm gonna use the pen. Use it. So this is really important on this map. As defenders, right, if you have no info, it is very hard to set up to counter hits. Generally, you want to start the round with some kind of information play / like set play, right? In this case, they go for their bridge crunch, essentially. And what this does is, once you clear this side of the map, you only have to worry about this other side of the map, right? And so you're able to concentrate your resources now on just holding 1 to 2 choke points, right? Rather than having to worry about like 4 separate possible chokes and all this shit going on. Proactive defense on Fracture tends to be very effective. I use the pen. Let's go.
Really have classics here, trying to maybe get a read on the overall game. See what they can extrapolate early on.
Alright, so they get some space towards A main, they just group, decide they're gonna hit, right? I would expect them to cancel now that the smoke came down. But actually, they just go out sands. Okay, this is fine too, right? You definitely don't want to send 4 or 5 players through this A main smoke. It's just too much variance, right? Bad guns, close on smokes, shorties, classics, right? You name it. Like, it's not looking nice, right? So through sands, definitely the way to go here if you want to commit. But now, again, look though, right? Because of this early round info play, now NRG is stacked here, right? Because they got all of this info. They're able to actually assemble their defense and possibly have a chance at winning this round. Very unlikely, because shit guns. But, you know, who knows? Better than the reverse. They flash out. Yeah, everybody gets mowed down. Check out the bonus round.
Young Wild
Yo, Swinny,
Fuego.
thank you for the sub, bro. Alright, so we have the KO tower, Cypher B, right? Trip on main, cam that can see the run in. Could also just end up being a retake cam. So I actually really like KO as like the tower anchor, and the reason is because when he gets pushed, he has a lot of ways to stall for himself. Let's say they're taking tower, right? And this KO gets breach stunned, okay? He's able to drop a molly on one of these sides, depending on which side he thinks is most pressing. And then he's able to run over to the other side and pop flashes, right-click flashes out here to delay, right? And by the time the stun's over, by the time the molly's over, his stun has faded, and he can possibly flash again to take a peek, right? And have, like, decent situations. Whereas a lot of the other agents, like, if you just leave Jet in tower and he gets stunned, yeah, he's smoking his feet, right? But, like, he's getting collapsed on way quicker than a KO is. So, A side, looks like we just have the breach and the Jet fighting for A main control, and the Brim is solo towards Dish. Loud, setting up kind of for, like, a 4-1B, but with the raise towards A main, makes me think they will often end up coming back. So there's a KO knife lineup too, right? That Victor throws at the start of the round. It lands for A main. Throw it right, it's pretty unbreakable, but the lineup's a little finicky. So I'm not sure if it actually went off or if it got broken right there, right? I see it go away really fast. So I think Sadek might have broken it, like spammed it or something, right? Which is a big info denial type of thing, right? So that is huge. The KO knife is huge. Again, I already talked about how important the information is for the CT side on this map, but if you're able to deny a KO knife, that is a huge information deficit for the CT. So there's their bonus play that you're going to hit B. Totally fine on this map to just be hitting bomb sites, right? So Sadek satchels this first choke, right? This is really important versus a Cypher, right? You want to have your raise taking a satchel path that is likely to break trips to allow the rest of your team to follow behind him. Oh, goodness. Okay, Finesse gets one. Victor gets one. And again here, like these right-click flashes, right? Pretty good for KO. Oh, rough that he loses that duel. Okay, 3v3 situation now. 3v3 situation. Nobody flanking. The retake is coming in from like Jen and Canteen. Really good reposition from Les though, right? If you can retake this arcade space, right? This is a pretty strong post-plant position to be playing from. Rather than everybody being stuck towards the site, having one guy on this other side is really nice, because now when these defenders try to push out Gen Smoke and Canteen Smoke, they have an extra angle to worry about. And even if they have utility to clear this box on this side, then they still have to worry about the other side. Good reposition from Les here. I imagine it will be key in denying the retake attempt. Interesting smoke. Very interesting Brim smoke here from Psalm. So obviously the purpose is to give them more space to come out without having to worry about these tower and like site like triangles from arcade. So it's just, again, isolating more angles, giving them more space to come out, and then actually hopefully retake together. But doesn't really work out. This is honestly just gonna be a save from Artis. Alright, so it looks like we're doing a dish take. This may be protocol for them when they have jet knives, right? Because being able to dash like top site. So this is like a big advantage of the double duelist, right? On this map, is that your hits from dish side are going to be a lot stronger, because with the ability of both of these agents to make it to top site and to not have to worry about this drop as much, especially when it's util assisted, it's going to make this a lot more viable. Right, dash top site, double satchel out, right? Like they explode, right? You can't do this without double duelist. Yeah, you can do it with like the Rays. You can kind of do it with the Neon, but not really. But like the rest of the team's so much farther behind. But this way with the double duelist, right, you have teammates who can trade each other that are both flying out. Oh no, these guys A-main are clueless. So they understand that this hit happened, right? NRG now decides that they're going to react into A-main. It's a good reaction, right? These two can't prevent this whole hit, right? So they might as well go claim this A-main space so that when the rotation comes in, now they're able to retake from a bunch of different sides, right? And there's way more threats for Loud when they're just hunkered down on the bomb site, right? Generally, the more chokes you can retake through, the higher the success rate of your retake, right? Because again, you're just going to spread the attackers who have now essentially become the defenders. You're going to spread them more thinly, right? They're not going to be able to just use one piece of util on the one choke you have to come through, like Haven A site, for example, and just completely shut down your retake. So, solid reaction, right? So let's see where it goes wrong, though. The shift walk is kind of tricky. Generally, you wouldn't want to do this, but this like double shift walk from Loud, I think is what makes it happen, because these guys still have to clear a main side, right? It could be a 4-1. Very often here, it's going to be a 4-1. It was a 4-1. Killjoy did start on this side, right? And I think Artist saw the Killjoy earlier, right? So this is like reasonable for them to be worried about this. And they're kind of assuming that if these guys are going to come A main to fight them here, that they will be making noise and they'll hear them. So they think they have time, which I think honestly is pretty reasonable. But ends up not being the case here, right? They do this sneaky shift walk, and then these guys just get owned. And this is like, that's like the round, right? This is like basically a save, right? If no kills happen like immediately, this is a save. Crashies finds one. It's doable, but like now that we're both coming from, again, now that we're both coming from the same choke, this is just going to be way harder. Oh, we're burning the ult. We're going for it. Hit one. Gets the kill. He has to stick. If there's mollies on the bomb, it's not going to happen though. Nice, well played. Oh my god. Oh my god. They make it happen. They make it happen, bro. This is kind of insane. Like, zero hesitation from Crashies right here. He goes, yo, it's winnable. We're going for this shit. Now, it kind of makes sense, right? Because they're down 0-4 already. It's like, this half is going to snowball out of control if they lose this round. But it's going to snowball even harder out of control if they burn this ult and they lose it and they lose all their guns. So, like, this is a big risk they take, but they pull it off. And they play this situation perfectly. Just do contact, get noticed, and go for an offer, I guess. Yeah, essentially. I mean, if I was going to be willing to sit in a server during prac for like 5 hours a day for free, then I would still just be competing, right? That's like the big reason why I'm not competing anymore, at least for the moment. Yeah, okay, let's focus on the game, guys. Let's focus on the game, alright? We're here for a reason. Video, don't worry. The editor will handle it. He'll cut all this out. He'll cut it out. Don't worry. He'll cut it out. Hopefully. No, but so this is the play they were going for on pistol, right? They're going to shift walk up. Actually, they go fast here this time. I take it back. This is not the pistol play. Similar, but not the same. Faster pacing. So Stim, Jet Knife. Again, they clear bridge side. Again, we see the proactive defense happening again from NRG. Again, you need it on this map, and it's just too hard to defend from the hits if you don't know what's going on around the map. They get less out sand really early. So this is going to be like a power position late in the round. The lack of info in this area is going to be a big deal now that they've heard the door open, right? So they're going to have to come re-clear this at some point in the round. If Crashies does it dry, there's like, you know, the unexpected factor of him being here. He's going to have a pretty sizable advantage in whatever duel happens, right? So, okay, he shows, he falls off. Okay, so position's kind of negated now. So again, so they rotate. Wow, this is crazy though. This really makes them think. So NRG is kind of biting on all this A main control, right? And on the door opening. They're biting on it. R just pushes all the way through dish. The Brim rotates through spawn. KO gets off the bomb site, right? So they're just retake B now, right? Which is permissible in this situation, mainly because of the KO ult, right? NRG has this KO ult to assist with their B retake, so they can somewhat afford to make this gamble on the rotate, because their retake has a much higher chance of success with, you know, a pretty relevant ultimate here. Okay, Victor's kind of getting the info, so he's shucking all of his util just to delay right here, right? Like you could say like, oh, nobody can peek off that flash, right? It's just for the delay, right? We have to buy time now for the rotation. Oh my god, wait, do you guys see this on the rope though? Les taking the rope, Artist coming back. Is he gonna notice? Is he gonna hear it? Oh my god. Oh my god. He hears it. He sees it. I don't know what happened because we see it on the map. Whatever. Artist gets the kill. That's huge, huge, huge. All right. Loud taking sight though. They're continuing with the sight hit. Results popped. Wow. So look at this, right? The double. They recognize off of less dying. This is an awesome mid round, right? Off of less dying. They recognize in this post plant, their positions are going to be terrible. Why? Because they're not going to have this arcade control, right? So everybody's going to be stuck on site or B main. Remember how we talked about like a couple of rounds ago, how having access to this sight line, this threat is really good for the guys in post plant because of the dangers for the CT side. It just makes it a lot more difficult, right? So because of that, and the fact that they're in a 4v5 now, these guys just both get into the gen smoke and come through, right? They're like, we need a kill, right? To equalize right now. And then Breach runs over, rips the Breach ult. They continue pushing through. Awesome. Really good. Just really good mid rounds. Oh my god, Artis. Wow. And now they know this guy's most likely Canteen. Wow. Artis saves that. Finally have the op on board. So what's their setup now that they have the op? It looks like they're going to try to get him... Wait, these guys are doing my... Is this my play? No, not quite, not quite. Leak the play? 5 gifted. I'll leak the play. 5? You heard me. 5. You're... Alright, so... Brimsmoke, KO knife, right? Clears a lot of the space quickly. Allows them to get the orb. And then they can just leave one guy here. Or they can also get into the smoke and KO flash through, right? So... That's one option. They have the Jet and Breach towards arcade side. So I imagine either they're going to clear bridge side together again. So we've seen this. This has kind of been a theme from the NRG CT side, is like clear bridge side, and then they get to play off that info for the rest of the round, right? So they could always get the Jet posted here, and then once they clear it, right, he could just stay posted on underground. I imagine that's probably the plan here. Watch the map, right? The map's what's important here. Don't watch the screen. Okay, so they don't full clear it. Crashies is holding under. Artist is holding arcade. They hear nothing, right? So, okay, at this point, if nothing's been shown towards arcade or bridge side for 25 seconds, where are they? Probably spawn side, right? So, B main, A main. We got the timing here. Artist, how disciplined. I mean, his peak was fine. Kind of just gets owned. Just pops his cage. Here's the question, right? Are they going to hit or cancel? Alright, so they cancel out, right? It ends up being like a pretty clean hit. And the cage gets popped. So they bounce. These guys have taken A main while all of this is happening, right? So they have a lot of info here as to where players can and cannot be. And they're in a pretty good position to just hit now, right? This position here, if you can get somebody into this corner and just leave them there, they are going to be able to gain so much information over the course of the round. They will hear the rotates leave. They will be able to limit it generally to either it being like one player sight or maybe like 1 to 2 players drop, right? So this position is really strong. It allows you to call off the B hit and ensure a safe pathway back to the A bomb site. Boombot clears a lot too, right? So is that a lineup? Let's see. No, not necessarily. But this Boombot clears a lot for them, right? Doesn't actually fully clear this corner, which is kind of relevant, but I think it may have latched anyway if somebody was there. So now when they come out, right, think about it. All they have to do is worry about sight and then like sands. Yeah, and this retake is just gonna be real difficult, right? They just have to save the op. Again, you guys say like this is more of like a Counter-Strike thing, but like very often like this round is like over here, right? They don't have anything to retake with. They have like one of these guys has an op, some has a stinger, right? How are they winning this retake from these positions? You just like Loud has to blunder for them to win this round. All right, what's the setup? So this is our second round with the op in play. Looks like aggression towards B main. He's doing it dry, okay? No utility assistance. We have, looks like they're contesting A main, so perhaps during the timeout, one of the things that was discussed is like, yo, guys, they're getting this A main space way too easily, and they are being able to call really good mid rounds off of the space and off of the info. So maybe they're, you know, maybe the plan has now shifted from deny bridge side to deny A main. Artist finding the first blood. This big re-peaks. Wait, Aspas bought this op, right? Hold on, I need to go back and see it. Yeah, they didn't bring that from the last round. So he buys the T-side op. So wow, wait, this actually might be Giga Brain from Loud, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. They were like, yo, they saved the op. Let's buy our own op to punish this guy, right, when he's getting aggressive. And like Artist, there's no way Artist is expecting these guys to have an op here. Peeking into rifles with your op is like not that bad. Right? Yeah, you can get punished, but it's not nearly as risky as peeking into an op, right? So like, yeah, you could say this is greedy, but honestly, I think it's fine. He's just really not expecting this op. So kind of Giga Brain from Loud. And then off of what's happening here, it looks like they speed up towards A main. Yeah, they think they want to speed up towards A main, but here we see this is the adjustment, right? They're like, okay, these guys have been getting A main. They think this space is free. Now they punish. Yeah, so Loud reacts towards the B side of the map. Totally fine. This is a big thing that NRG does too, as well, right? This is like crucial. All this shit goes down A main, right? The dust kind of settles here. If you're NRG, you don't know if these guys are leaving or staying to hold. They're 3 here though, right? 3 on the A side of the map, 1 towards B. If these guys go back B, you can't expect FNS to get 3 kills and lock it down, right? So what do? They re-clear A main pretty quickly. This is going to allow FNS to be more certain that they are coming towards him, right? Because if they re-clear A main, and these guys were just A main, where did they go? Either they roped across and they're gonna hit from dish again, pretty unlikely. So either they roped across and they're gonna hit through arcade, or they're coming B main to hit. Right, so FNS can position better with when he has more certainty that the hit is coming to him. The other thing that this allows for, a flank on the retake, right? Which again, we already kind of talked about, having retaking from more sides is usually better because you're forcing the team that is in post plant to worry about more options. All right, this is something you have to do versus ciphers in these kinds of situations, right? You have to hit the site kind of slowly, because if you try to run full speed, that's how you run into tripwires. So you kind of have to like walk around, right? See how he's pre-aiming, right? This box, right? He's looking for the trip. They're all aware that there's going to be tripwires here. So you kind of have to like jiggle around, right? You can't move too far too quick, because that's how you run into a tripwire. That's how you give up a free kill. They're planting. FNS has not revealed his position yet, so he's getting a lot of info here. Let's pay attention to the NRG flank, right? 2 flanking. The breach coming through spawn. The breach coming through spawn is nice, right? Because he's gonna be able to stun, flash out spawn, right? If they try to aggress into spawn, he's gonna have the tools to like defend himself. But now Aspas, right? Loud is down 3v4, right? So he's getting aggro. Finds his kill. He peeks wider into spawn. This is huge info. As soon as he eliminates spawn as a possibility, breach is gonna be able to have a lot more luxury with how he plays. 1v1. Goes for the timing peak. Oh my god, wait, the utility usage is great from both of these players right now. Nice, Victor. Makes it happen. Alright, big round coming up, guys. Brim ult, breach ult, jet knives. So here's the question, right? The question is, do we go for something quick and dump the ults, or do we start the round slow and then try to explode late round? I would imagine they go for something on the faster side because of the jet knives, right? One off raising KJ ult. That's probably why these guys are starting dish, right? Because they're like, okay, we want to get this orb possibly as well. Drop a killjoy ult. That's going to open up the map a lot. There's no Brim ult from NRG to destroy the KJ ult, right? So if a KJ ult gets dropped at drop, go over here, right? It's going to clear everything. And then they will have a really good post-plant situation. So, NRG maybe with a read on it, though. Nice. The metagame has kind of changed on this map, right? Dish used to be like the super free orb because you just like couldn't really fight for it that well. It used to be a free orb for the T-side. With these changes, narrowing it, it's actually become like a spot that defenders can kind of hold now. Smoke at the choke, and then you have breach stun the straight line. This has now become just like a narrow straight line. Very difficult to dodge a breach stun here. They're looking. They're like, okay, they have a bunch of these ults, but they're also one off of these other two ults. If these guys want to come get a free orb, they're probably going to do it Dish. So, Brim Smoke, breach stun, they go and fight. Nice kills. Oh my god, and they keep going. Yeah, they're not going to let these guys run away. It's the weak side, strong side thing that we talked about before. They have 3 here. Okay, what are they all going to do? Just like run away and shit? Right? While they're leaving, you know Loud is going to be reacting on the other side of the map into the weak side, right? So you don't let these guys leave. You go, no, we have all our boys here. Dump util, go fight. We're going to neutralize the info that you just got by trading out players. So again, we saw it before, right? But it's going to be Stem Beacon, KO Flash, Jet Knives dashing in, fighting. We got fully blind players. Artist hitting his shots. Oh, but they trade out. It's a good reaction from Loud, right? Sadak popping his ult. Breach ult getting used. So they get 2, right? So 2 ults used on this play. Alright, honestly, not a bad trade for NRG given they burned the 2 ults, right? If they go 2 for 2 without burning these 2 ults, not really worth, right? Because it's just opening up so much of the map. Getting the breach and the raise ult out of the way, that's a pretty big deal here. I would much rather be playing this 3v3 mid-round kind of situation where the ults are out of play than like them somehow getting into a 5v5 post plant with these ults still up. Alright, what's the pistol strats? Looking like a 3-2. Maybe they will just commit to this hit. Anyway, the main fighters for NRG towards Arcade. Looks like they're at least going to be trying to take Arcade control like up to this area, right? If they can clear tower, that's going to be awesome. FNS just passively spotting a main, has the cam on the wall here to watch for a B main push. Som just with FNS babysitting, totally fine. Just looks like some Arcade control. Maybe they turn it into a split. Maybe they take Arcade control and then they sit and wait and try to mid-round off that. It's not really NRG's forte. KO Knife clears all of tower. But now this is kind of bad info, right? They think it's full clear. And for the moment it was, but people can be in there now. This is like the purpose of why you run the Jet. Breach stun tower, Jet updraft dash. So again, this was kind of what we were talking about at the start of the game. Now they have a good setup to deny it, right? So again, when I was talking about how KO makes a good tower anchor, this is one of the reasons. KJ Molly, KO Molly, like whatever it is. Just a Molly you can throw fast, cut off one side, force the players to swing into you or fall back. I think they kind of get fooled off the knife. The knife sees nothing tower, so I think Artist goes maybe a little bit faster than he should have. Honestly, the timing's probably fine, but he's probably just maybe thinking that they're not contesting it. Maybe a little bit less prepared than he would have been otherwise. Regardless, once he dashes into the Molly, he's kind of screwed.
Young Wild Fuego. Yeah.
Angel, thank you for the sub, bro. What's good, bestie? Alright, so, for NRG, how do we recover from this? I mean, we just have to go work towards A side of the map, look for a kill. No, so their breach doesn't have the stun. So it's just going to be breach flash. They fight together, basically. That's all they can do here. He gives it up. Smart. Be really bad if he gave a pick here. I mean, NRG's basically committed towards A here. We see the rotate happening. The flank's going to happen. Their side flank may also happen late round as well. Unless NRG trades out super favorably here and is up 1 to 2 players, they're kind of screwed. The position that they're going to end up in with these double flank, their post plan is going to be very difficult. Yeah, and they know they have to fight, right? Kills have to happen here. We can't just plant the bomb. The duels are not going their way. Som, 1. Ah. Oh, it's a force. It's a force buy. Okay, what's the force strat? What's the strat for the force? It's just an A hit, guys. It's just an A hit. 4-1. It's going to be fast A. Maybe a sand split. Let's see where the utility goes. Knife close. Suppress the raise. So they wait for knife info. Then they stun off of the knife info. We trade stuns. Flash. Again, trading utility. This is the name of the game at high level. Trading utility. Now they know, right? Up until right then, Loud does not know that NRG has forced. Right there, he peeks. He hears SMGs. He knows it's a force. These guys are like, oh shit, we gotta get out of here. Uh-oh. They're heading forward. The force is working. The SMGs are farming. Okay, and we're gonna play the post plant. How do you approach this? When your breach is dead, your raise is dead. Everybody that has the main utility that's going to allow them to flush people out of these positions, this is what you have to worry about on the fracture A site retakes, is this corner, default, top site, right? If you don't have the breach stun, breach flashes, raise nade to flush these players out of these positions, your retake's just gonna be so difficult, especially when you're down 2 players, right? Oh, banger molly. Banger. It's actually so hard to throw that molly perfectly, guys, so that you don't leave the gap in the corner. It's definitely required for them to have a chance now. Smoke drop. Victor takes his quick peek, finds his dink. Oh, maybe over peeking a little bit. Oh no. Wait, this is an over peek. And the reason this is an over peek is because of what's happening sands here, right? If nobody's like wrapping and there's nothing for him to buy time for, okay, yeah, like just try to get damage here, but and it's not planted for Artist. Artist 1 HP. No. Oh my god. They have it. Wait, they threw. They threw. Wait, the positioning errors here are massive. Okay, so the molly's unfortunate, right? But I don't think you can have 2 players going sands here, right? If it's planted for them, sure, you could have 2 players going sands, okay? But somebody needs to be A main with Som right here. Right, because that's the main place you're going to contest the bomb from. Let one guy go out sand. I guess the reasoning is because Artist is 1 HP and Finesse is following him to bait him. But, I mean, obviously it does not work out here. Not trying to be results oriented, but, you know. Alright, what's the setup here? Looks like it's just going to be an A split.
That's best noted here, no operator. Tag comes through. Stand up, has to respect this.
So this is protocol we've seen a lot, right? Knife, they hold the stun and only stun if the knife sees something, right? The stun is so valuable on this map that if you can hold on to it, you kind of want to use it somewhere later. Smokes, quick plant. Not planted for them. Okay, the fact that they're planting here makes me think there's one of 2 things that's going to happen, right? Either they're going to aggress through their own smokes, or they're going to aggress and take sands, or they're going to just play sight. Breach ult comes out. The fact that it's not planted for them is a massive problem here, though. And with this duel going the wrong way, I would say this comes down to the plant location, right? The way that the plant location forced them to play the post plant is a large part of what lost them the post plant. NRG running the same strat, back-to-back 4-1 arcade splits. I told you guys, it's good in OT. It's good in OT. Instant stim, flash through the wall. FNS seeing the aggression towards B main, he just ropes across. He's not feeding here. Updraft dash with his stun tower. Les dodges it. This duel is going to determine a lot. Gets killed from the site player. The trade comes through the smoke with the spam. It's chaos. 3v3. And the duels go their way. And that's probably the round. Unless Pujon's got a 1v3 for us. Oh, rough. Artist whiffing. So this is a really big thing, right? When you find the op, you have to take the space away from him. If the op is allowed to just sit posted on a line and hold a ton of map control, then the way it allows the defense to stack and prep their defense for your hit on the other side of the map is just becomes unbreakable in so many situations. You mostly will need ults to break those holds. I really like what Loud does here, right? They find the op on this line. They say, okay, we're not going to let you just walk back up and then stay posted here and hold all of this space, right? We're going to throw our breach stun down this lane. We're going to double satchel on you. We're going to make sure we have arcade control, right? And we're going to punish the fact that you just showed us where your op is. You want to hit the opper site because A, it's usually less players because, again, they're trusting the op to hold more space. And B, once you get him off his angle, he becomes a lot less threatening. Oh my god. Aspas just runs through. What kills him dry? Nice kill. FNS. Oh, we need one more from you there, though. Oh my god, and the spam comes through the smoke, and that's kind of the round here. The double flank, I mean... Oh, wait, it's winnable, though. Now, this is going to be a kill. Possibly. Oh, he's able to dodge it. Aftershock back. If they got that kill right there, maybe possible, but now, very difficult. Match point for Loud. Watching this game broke me, bro. Live, I mean, like, unfortunately, I know too much right now. But, like, live, this would be such a nail-biter. I'd be freaking out watching this live. Oh, interesting mix-up here. Oh my god, the knife scans 5. Look, the instant stun, right? They want to deter them from taking this space right here. In this OT, so far, we've seen so much fast stuff happening. Energy really wants to slow Loud down. Stun. The knife scans 5, guys. 5. This is so much info. Watch carefully how Energy reacts. Instant rotate off B. These two guys starting to head towards site. They hit. They get 5 knifed and they still hit. But now all of NRG's here. This is about to be a bloodbath, guys. This is going to be a brawl. They're still trying to force it. You can't really leave either now. You know you've lost the entire map. You guys get 5 knifed here and you don't instantly cancel. You know you've lost the whole map. Artis is posted on your retreat, right? And they don't know that, but they can be pretty damn sure. Any decent player seeing 5 on the knife is just going to go take the rest of the map. Should be 16. This should be 16. This should be 16. Oh my god. What is happening? Wait, this is so winnable now. This went from impossible situation to so winnable. He has the bomb. Artis has an idea, right? He's not going to make it. He's not going to beat him to the line. He's walking. He thinks he could already be here. He does beat him here, though. Oh, he's so aware. He's so aware. He knows. Oh my gosh. FNS 1 HP, bro. Oh my god, and he just knows. Such good situational recognition. This is insane. He's just perfect awareness, perfect play. He has the reads. He's just reading him, bro. Read him like a book. Put this one in the VOD, Sean, or in the video. Okay, we slow it down, okay? So far this OT has been a lot of fast hits, right? NRG decides to slow it down here with a double underpass walk. The bomb is towards B, so they probably intend to end here, right? But they're going to reverse clear arcade through underground. We've walked up. Honestly, they're in position to hit. Crashies has a stun charge, right? This is probably just to stun this whole line for them. Maybe stun top gen angle as well. No, stun tower, updraft dash. He takes. Nice. Artis wins his duel. First blood. Just completely opens up the site. Crashies hears them. You can see him. Look, look, look. Look at his mouth. Look at his mouth, guys. Flank, 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 flank. Multiple flanking, 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 fast. Right, watch, watch. Wait, Artis, no. Wait, you can't wide swing that with 1 HP. Artis, no. Big misplay. This makes Crashy's life a lot harder now. They clear him. Oh, Psalm comes and fights with him, though. Okay, Victor, fine. Give it, right? It's fine. Psalm clears spawn, right? Which tells them the rest of the players are flank. He just doesn't have to fight that anymore. Great decision making. Nice FNS. Should be over on this round. So they send Aspas to lurk B. So this kind of like gives away what their intention is, right? They want to show a ton of pressure towards A, take all this space, and then react back towards B. Look, the bomb is already moving back towards B, right? This is premeditated, guys. This is methodical, right? Push them off A main, deny this information. Open the door, deny this information. Smoke this, deny this information. If you're NRG, right? It's like, did they leave? Or are they staggering their hit, right? You don't know. So you have to do something aggressive. While that's happening, everybody's coming back to B. Aspas is walking up. He's about to see this trip, right? He shouldn't break it until these guys are closer. Look, energy is still 4A, right? They just cleared sands. They just got this info, but it's already too late. Look, this rotate's going to take forever. The hit's already about to happen, guys. FNS doesn't get his. Sadak gets 2. I mean, like, how do you come back for this? You have to fast retake. You can't let them set up, which they do. They make it out. Can we start pressuring the bomb? No, there's another molly on it too, right?
Good utility there. Crash is willing to dive in though, but the second round is
Oh my god, it's just over.
fast. The
Just
wall
perfection from Loud.
is something else to me. Deep breaths. Aim.
Interesting KO knife, right? The reason they throw this knife here is just to suppress the breach. It's to suppress the breach, right? Who tends to be playing in the tower.
For NRG.
Turn off his stun and shit.
Hold tight for Loud.
But Aspas, he took his gamble, right? Start of the round, he peeks B main, sees nothing, continues forward, right? He's gonna have insane timing. Especially here, he's gonna be able to updraft this trip. He updrafted over it. They're not gonna know. When this flank activates, guys, it's going to be massive impact. Perfect positioning from Loud right now, right? For a retake. It does not get better than this. 2 spawn. We have 2 drop. They have the whole map, right? There's so many avenues for this retake to come from.
Safe in these deeper post plants.
Roll your minds back. A full 5v5 retake.
They might-
for Loud in this very
Yeah, I like this. Go fight spawn. Right? Victor just goes, pushes them back.
Spawn comes in.
Artist on this angle.
Big question.
Wait, they found the flank. I'm not sure if they heard it or what happened, but the jig is up now.
Now it's meant to be a big factor here. Sadek though, ice
Nice shot.
CT is massive. It opens up a way
See
back.
how the duels goes, guys.
Gives himself a little bit of a one-way to play with, but it's Som who's going to benefit as well. Less. Ooh,
Turns away.
timing.
Nice shot from Crashies.
Well, maybe. It's all
Uh-oh.
done. Crashies and FNS, the last 2 alive.
2v4. I mean, this should be impossible, guys.
The timing
1v4.
It's over. Loud.
Wow, man. What a game. What a game. Honestly, really well played from both teams. There were a lot of really good rounds, great reactions, pretty solid game plans. We see the double duelist definitely being super viable. Great match, really back and forth. There's a lot of it came down to just a lot of the small duels, right? A lot of the duels just defined that game. It wasn't like insane strategic deficit from either team. It was just 2 really good teams battling back and forth, going at it, you know, adjusting on the fly, adapting to the metagame of the match that they were in, and you know, sometimes it just ends like that, you know. Wow. Awesome awesome game, awesome map. Really exemplifies the, you know, kind of like the ebb and flow of Fracture. CT aggression, playing off that info. A lot of the retake situations just comes down to a lot of like the util on the retake situations. A lot of molly kills in the retakes we saw, right? Breach Aftershock being a big factor. You know, the importance of holding Arcade as like a post plant position for B, right? Spreading your retake. The flank, super important. A lot of those retakes just end up not being possible if the flankers aren't there, right? Good mid-rounding. Yeah. Awesome game. Awesome game to watch. That's pretty much gonna do it for me for tonight. I just wanted to get a VOD review in on that game. Everybody was telling me it was a banger, and it definitely delivered. Yeah. Anybody who's still around, thanks for watching, guys.